Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be going through my dinosaur collection, and before I start I just have to say there's my cat who's going to interrupt, and I've just recovered from being unwell, so I kind of have a sick voice still going on. But today I wanted to go through everything I have in my house that's dinosaur related, and I had to bring some stuff home from work. Dinosaurs are just a huge passion in my life, and I see paleontology as like the thing that I wanted to do when I was just starting university, like 17. I really wanted to be a paleontologist. Then now it's just like an interest that has remained, and I didn't follow that career path. I followed environmental science instead. So I'm going to start with like just the random dinosaur stuff around the house, but I will be going through some fossils and replicas that I have at the end that are a bit more interesting to people interested in paleontology, I guess. It is so sad though that I don't have everything dinosaur related that I had like when I was a kid. I grew up watching over and over those Walking with Dinosaurs and Walking with Beasts videotapes, the double feature ones. And yeah, it's not just dinosaurs that I love, it's all prehistoric life, megafauna, like pre-Mesozoic. I also grew up watching The Ballad of Big Al, which is a Walking with Dinosaurs feature by BBC as well. So I was just so into everything that was out. I watched a lot of The Land Before Time, so cartoons, and that Disney dinosaur film that came out in 2000. That was one that I loved watching. And yeah, I don't even have all the books that I had anymore. They were kind of destroyed by our cats when they were growing up. And I don't think we even have the toys / dinosaur figurines that I had. But yeah, you can't keep everything, I guess. So I will just get into it. I guess I'll start with a few clothing pieces. I'm wearing the first one actually. This is a dress that I got from Dangerfield. Dangerfield is really good for dinosaur print clothing. They usually have at least like one dinosaur print in any season. Yeah, this is just bones and skeletons, like the T-Rex skull, the Stegosaurus, and it's like a full dress that I can't be bothered showing. And this is a recent one, a buttoned up t-shirt, blouse. What I love about this stuff is that it's mostly just skeletons, and I have this thing of like, I really don't like the inaccurate depictions of dinosaurs like this one. But I love how this is mostly skeletons because that's something that is unlikely to change in paleontology, whereas paleo art will change. But I do love some of the classic depictions of dinosaurs. With this particular shirt, I was really lucky that the one piece of print that I didn't like is covered up, because underneath this pocket you can kind of see the start of it here. There was like a raptor sitting at a dining table wearing like a bib with all these children. It was just kind of like a meme thing, but I'm not really into the whole dinosaur meme thing. I just really like dinosaurs in general. I love wearing these two outfits to work. And then my favorite piece of dinosaur clothing is this custom hoodie that my partner got me. It's a huge oversized hoodie with tons of color pop. I just love it, and I swear every time I wear it someone stops me and says that they love it or asks where I got it, and I just have to say, it was custom, sorry. Yeah, it's like the most colorful thing in my wardrobe as well. A dinosaur water bottle. So yes, I do have some of that like kid style dinosaur stuff because I just love dinosaurs no matter what. And this was given to me by my partner's sister, so everyone just knows that I'm into dinosaur everything. Some lunch boxes, and these came from Berserk, which is a alternative online store in Australia. So there's a Tyrannosaurus one, a Stegosaurus one, and I love like the old classic art of these Tylosaurus. So yeah, I was saying that I don't really get around the inaccurate paleo art, but there's something about these classic dinosaur images and depictions that will still always hold a place in my heart. So I have two mugs. The one that I'm using is just like a time scale of dinosaurs from does it start at the Triassic? Yeah, at the end of the Triassic to the end of the Cretaceous. I really love this one. I've got tea in it right now, and I'm going to actually pour it into this cup because this one is a color changing one. I should have just used this one to begin with. Okay, it started to change now. That one's now a skeleton. There. I get really upset that at work I have so many dinosaur themed things, but no one ever talks to me about dinosaurs. Also on my bedside table I have my favorite thing. Oh wow, oh wow. The cord's not long enough. It's a T-Rex skull lamp with this awesome like gold, bronze, yeah, you can just see it, it's awesome. This is from the Blackened Teeth online store, and there's another one of these on the bedside table there, so my partner and I have matching ones. This is a bit wobbly. There, that's fixed. Yeah, so cool. In fact, it doesn't look very good with the black background, but it really pops against the white wall and the white bedside table. I have an Ankylosaur plushie. This was from the Queensland Museum after we went and saw, Dinosaurs of Patagonia last year, the exhibition there. And it's that Wild Republic brand that you always see at the museums. So cute. I think we named it. I'm not really into like naming toys and stuff. I think we named it, but I honestly can't remember. I probably called it Earl from that dinosaur Disney movie, because the Ankylosaur was called Earl. And then a little bit less of a realistic Triceratops Squishmallow. Just a few more tiny things that a lot of people wouldn't count, but I have dinosaur sticky notes that I take to work, and like really small ones. Yeah, I really don't mind the really cute childlike dinosaur stuff either, as I said before. And stickers. I have this pencil case, and this I've probably had since I was a child, but I only started using it when I went to university. So this was always in my bag at university, actually when I was taking a paleobiology course. So that was awesome because I would just be sitting, listening to my lecture on geological history and fossils and have my dinosaur pencil case on the desk. It's lasted a long time. And again, it's just got the classic dinosaur depictions on it. And this is something I have on my work desk, just a very, there we go. One of those balancing bird things, but it's a pterodactyl of some sort on a volcano. Classic. Then, before I get onto the fossils and replicas, this is my partner's old childhood dinosaur book actually. The one that I had, as I said, was destroyed by our cats, but yeah, I love to keep it, even though I will be annoyed at the inaccuracies and how not updated this is. It's just like, you got to keep that kind of history so you can see the progression. But yeah, if I still had my old childhood one, I would be looking at these pages, just like remembering everything, remembering every single picture. So this was the ultimate book of dinosaurs. And then this is a new one that I bought. Oh, this is an artist on Instagram. I can't really remember the name, but I'll put it here if I remember. They illustrated a book, And I love this, is that they're just so realistic and like a really modernized version of what dinosaurs look like. I'll flick through and try to find some ones that I really like the feathered Albertosaurus. It's got tons of information here too, so there was a writer as well as an illustrator for this book. Euroraptor looks just like a Komodo dragon. Deinonychus. Let's go to a random one. Oh, Pyroraptor. Beautiful. I want to show you one that just isn't like a theropod though. Camptosaurus. So cool. So yeah, this book, Dinosaurs Profiles from a Lost World, illustrated by Riccardo Frappuccini and text by Riley Black. Highly, highly recommend if you really want to see what dinosaurs are like and you want some kind of beautiful artwork book in your house. Okay, so I want to talk about the fossils that I have now, and I've put them in order in my notes. So I'm going to do these kind of in order of when these animals existed or plants existed. I'll just start from when they appeared in the fossil record. So first, I have trilobites. I have this trilobite fossil that a friend gave me. And I believe trilobites are really easy to come across, especially the really small ones. I don't know the species of this one, but when we got it, we were doing that paleobiology course, and my friend was worried that it might be a fake, but we showed it to our professor and he said it's definitely real. So, and then I also have, I mean, this is not like an actual fossil. It's kind of just like a replica piece of jewelry, a pendant, and this is the trilobite species Cherurus ingricus. And so I wrote down that trilobites were around from the Cambrian to the Permian periods, so from 521 to 252 million years ago. But this particular species was from the Ordovician to the Devonian periods, between 485 and 358 million years ago. And yeah, so this is a pendant. It did come with a silver chain, but since I don't really wear silver jewelry anymore, I just like to keep it on its stand. Next, I have this fossil, which is a cephalopod. So sort of like a squid, those really long shell squid things that you can see in some of the latest dinosaur documentaries. And it is the genus Orthoceras. I think that's the genus anyway. So this is from the mid-Ordovician, from 467 to 470 million years ago. And yeah, this is kind of like the size that most of them were, just really small. It's like raining really heavy suddenly. Yeah, you could hold most of them in your hand, but they grew bigger as they grew older. Most of them didn't survive past like this size roughly, but those who lived for ages got to above 3 meters long. That's like giant squid. And you can see there's 2 of them in this fossil. Then I have some fossils that I actually fossicked myself. When I was doing that paleobiology course, we went on a field trip to Dinmore Quarry in southeast Queensland, and we fossicked for some plant fossils, and these are all from the late Triassic. So when Gondwana was formed, when Australia was part of Gondwana, 200 to 250, 237 million years ago. Can't read my writing. So yeah, these are all plant fossils, and it's all shiny because I ended up polishing it with varnish, which is not how you should take care of fossils. I was just I needed to do something quickly before I moved house, and I didn't want them to get dusty and for the fossils to scrape away. So yeah, I did a terrible job, but at least they're not falling apart anymore. Most of the fossils in here are dicroidium tree ferns. You can see like that kind of serrated thing is a piece of fern. Same as here and here. But there's other things there, like I can see some other kind of leaves here. See, I have 3 pieces that were worth keeping. Yeah, most of them are with the dicroidium fossil. And this one also has a nice leaf going along here, which is not a dicroidium. That was a really fun experience, actually, doing that quarrying fossicking. Then I have ammonites to talk about. I have 3 of these. So ammonites are sort of like these squid things. They're cephalopods as well. You've definitely seen them. That really awesome spiral shell. Sorry that my camera isn't able to focus. It's just my phone. So these had evolved by the Triassic 200 million years ago and went extinct at the end of the Cretaceous when the KPG extinction happened, and we're all familiar with that. So yeah, I got this one ages ago, probably 11 years ago, and I wore it as a necklace for the longest time because it had that metal piece around it to make it into a pendant. But then that fell off and I've just kept it as a, kept them all just as fossils. And most of the ammonites you'll get are around this size because I think it's the same kind of situation with the Orthoceras. Like there were larger species that got to like over 3 meters. Is that what I wrote? Yeah, like about 3 meters as well. Or they could have just been a small species that didn't get much bigger than this, I'm not sure. Not that this is the actual colour of the ammonite itself, but this one, oh, terrible focus, is a little bit green. So that's just the stone that fossilized it. And I have 2 more things to talk about. This is from the same place as the trilobite pendant, and this is Fire and Bone, by the way, an online website. So they do replica jewelry pendants. This is Archaeopteryx lithographica. So just the little skull. So cute. Archaeopteryx is one of my favorite extinct animals, and so is the next one I'll show you, which is the coolest out of all of them. Yeah, this is so cute, but I feel like when I wore it, it just kind of looked like a little lizard skull or like a chicken skull. So funny. Yeah, very cute, and I love it just being on its stand. Obviously not life-sized because it's tiny, but Archaeopteryx got to about 1/2 meter long, and they say it was about the same size as a raven, which is actually a lot smaller than people realize. So the last thing, I've got to be really careful bringing it over here. It is the skull replica of a Spinosaurus aegypticus. Yeah, this is my favorite dinosaur, I think, overall. As I said, it's a replica because the real skull is about as tall as me or taller. The real Spinosaurus got to about 14 meters long, and it existed in the Cretaceous period, 93 to 99 million years ago. So by the KPG extinction, this was already extinct. I love it so much. The detail is just freaking gorgeous. Handmade, I think. Like, you know, hand detailed. And you can actually, oh dear, you can adjust the little part so you can have its mouth open more. That's how far wide it can go. I like to keep it about here. This is from an Etsy site made in Germany. Yeah, would highly recommend if you want something like that. The only thing that I wish it had was like a little plate on the front that had the species name, like the little Archaeopteryx and trilobite pendants do. I think that would have really completed this, but I could probably just get that made myself. just adding this in afterwards because I forgot I was also wearing my Dinosaur mood ring, and I also got that from the shop at the end of the Dinosaurs of Patagonia museum exhibition. So yeah, that is my entire dinosaur collection. I hope this was enjoyable. I would love to see what you have, if you have collected dinosaur things or fossils. I just love seeing collections of any sort, really. Thanks for watching. I don't think that I'll be doing any more dinosaur related videos since this is mostly like a makeup and fashion channel. Surprise. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. If you're not familiar with my channel, it'd be great if you stuck around. That's all good if you don't. Have a great afternoon. Bye.